All right, welcome to the channel, everybody. Aesop Grimm here, and this is the first actual episode for the Surviving Mars Chronicle that I'm going to endeavor to accomplish. I don't know how far I'm going to be able to make it. I am still trying to get good, so to speak. But I started out on this screen to show you the mods I'm using. There's not very many that I actually have activated. Some color mods, most of which I use this one, I believe. I don't know if I even use this one or not, but I'm not sure which one is providing which, so I have those activated. I have auto gather transport and auto explore. It seems like there's some tech you can get later on that actually provides the ability to do that, so I'm not sure if I'll stick with these mods in the future. I have to learn more about the game, but I like them so far right now, and they're going to be present in this playthrough. I have auto scan map, better zoom distance, and then this is like the mod manager, I guess, mod config reborn. So mostly it is cosmetic mods. This is game changing, maybe game altering is the better term. Game altering. So anyway, we'll start up a new game. I am hoping to get all of the mission goals accomplished before any of the AI rivals, but I don't have a great deal of faith I'll be able to do that, not while I'm also narrating, but we're shooting for it, so we'll see how that goes. I like to play as Brazil. It fits my playstyle pretty well. Either that or it's just pure unadulterated OP, and so it fits everybody's playstyle. I don't really know which is which, but we get large supply pods that are able to carry double the weight. I think they carry 20,000 tons instead of 10,000, or maybe it's pounds. I don't know. Rare metals refinery is just really nice. It turns waste rock into rare metals. I find that incredibly I blanked on the word, guys. I can't believe it. The word just completely left my mind. Convenient. That's the incredibly convenient to be able to strip all of the rare metals out of any kind of waste rock that you're about to throw away. And it does a good job. So let's see, what else do we have here? Passages cost no resources and are constructed instantly, followed by, more importantly, colonists suffer no penalties when using passages to work or visit connected domes. And then on top of the large supply pods, we get 5 of those for free. So there seems to be a lot of synergy with Brazil. I want to take that. We're going to take Inventor. I guess I'll mouse over it. The mission commander grants various benefits to the colony. Drones are gradually optimized to work and construct faster until Sol 100. And we get the bonus tech of autonomous hubs, which means that drone hubs no longer require power or maintenance. That's pretty, that works out for me really well. I like it. Let's see, we're going to take this one small step symbol. I'm not going to work with any mysteries right now. I could actually completely get rid of the rival colonies, and I thought about doing that, but because I don't really interact with them at all, but let's just go ahead and keep them there. So there we go. Next. So we're at only 210% difficulty, you know, I mean, I told you I'm bad. So let's take this off, the drone hub. Let's also strip the Stirling generator from this cargo manifest. Let us drop down to 4 extra drones and 2 orbital probes, and that will allow me to fit an RC commander into here. And we are at 50,000 to 50,000 kilograms. Okay, it's going to cost us 7.17 billion. So then we'll hit next. I think that's billion. Next. All right, this is where I'm going to select the site. And the one I like to use, it's all this stuff right around here. It's just, it makes it easy to learn. And let's see, I think I was 8, 179, so 8 north, 179 east. You can see we're only a class 1 out of 4 for all of the threats. We're class 4 for metals, class 4 for concrete, class 3 for water. So we'll go ahead and hit start. I think I said 255% difficulty, maybe it said 225. And we'll see how far I can get in the next hour. Mission Control Log number 1, welcome to Mars. Everyone at Mission Control is impatient to see the rocket touching down and unloading its precious cargo. Our remotely controlled eyes and hands on the red planet, the drones, and our rovers. Our goal is to secure a foothold for humanity by building the first Martian dome. This daunting endeavor will allow the brave pioneers, the founders, to settle on Mars and prove that the colony is sustainable. But until then, we have to make sure the colony has enough construction resources, water, oxygen, and power. Mission sponsor is Brazil. Commander profile is Inventor. So right here, we need to wait for the mods to load up, and then we need to immediately pause the game. Okay. Terraforming introduction. To terraform Mars and create Earth-like environment for colonists, you have to gradually increase the 4 global terraforming parameters of atmosphere, temperature, water, and vegetation. Terraforming is a long process. Once complete, humans can start breathing outside domes. Start by researching a terraforming technology when ready. Further terraforming info is available in the encyclopedia, and that appeals to me extraordinarily. That's a strong appeal. I think that appealed to everybody. The DLC sold really well, but I feel like I need to learn like the basics of just simply how the regular base game of surviving Mars works. We might delve into this, but we might not. I don't know. I've never really messed with it much because I'm still learning, or I feel like I am. Okay, let's pause it. New anomalies have been found. That's this one right here. No active research, so let's fix that. We will take drone swarm. Drone hubs are constructed with an additional 2 drones, and the maximum number of drones is increased by 80. So we'll grab that. We'll also grab Mars crowdfunding, receive a one-time grant of I guess that's $1 billion funding. I suppose I'll take low-G high-rise apartments. Residential building that houses many colonists. Most people that I've listened to say it's not worth it. Go with the more comfortable housing because you really want your colonists to begin having families, and to do that they have to feel safe. So comfort is a big part of that. Then I guess we'll throw in water reclamation here. Drastically reduces the water consumption of the dome, and finish it with, we won't really need this, but we'll take subsurface heating in order to try and prompt more of these physics technologies to appear. Subsurface heater increases the local temperature in cold areas and protects nearby buildings from cold waves. It consumes water. We're going to outsource that immediately as much as we can. Outsource 5,000 research for $1 billion in the next 5 souls. I hope I'm getting that math right. 1 billion. Let's see. Research a breakthrough. That came with our commander profile right here, which gave us the autonomous drone hubs. So that's why we got that milestone. Other than that, I do know the map fairly well. I know I want to build in this area. I specifically want to build right here, but I try not to cheat the system too hard, so I scan here and here. If I was cheating really hard, I would have not brought any probes at all. Anyway, I know what where I want to go is the upshot. So we're going to start scanning this entire section right here. Then we're going to move into these sections, and we can do up to the ninth position. Okay, let's create a save point. Let's not. We'll do that in a minute. Okay, we want all of these metals, as many as we can get within the range of the outer hexagon there. So we will land right here, and I will change our colors to this gold. I think looks really nice because it gets mixed with the azure blue, and it ends up looking pretty cool, I think. So we'll hit play. I had a speed mod loaded up, but then I found that I really kind of prefer to take things slower, and I play between these two quite a lot, and even between these two right here. So this is supposed to be a pretty chill experience. I hope you guys can bear with me for taking it slower than a lot of you move at. Okay, so we're going to have him begin auto gathering right away. We will pick out a universal depot and put that right here. We will immediately order a explorer, and we have another 10,000 kilograms to go, so we will load up 10 polymers, 10 machine parts, and 5 electronics, and we'll have that launched. And I'm also going to launch I think it would be 15. Oh no, I got more than that. Okay. 20, 20, and 10. And we'll launch that. So we've spent some money, and we've got pods on the way. Let's go ahead and lay down one of the foundational pieces of any surviving Mars colony, and that's the concrete extractors. So we'll put one right here and another right here, making sure that they stay out of each other's dust zones. And 7 tiles away. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And this one I can't do yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And that's okay, because that just means we can focus on getting this one up. This guy, our transport needs to farm these metals. All right, we'll put a panel here. We'll put a smaller panel right here with a sensor tower. And I'm also going to want concrete depot right there. Verifying that the dust field does not touch any of these items, and it doesn't. So we can hit unpause, and we can watch these guys go to work. They're going to split time between unloading the rocket and getting these items up right here. Well, they're supposed to. It doesn't look like it's actually going there. Okay, now they're starting to work. Our drones are grabbing metals from this deposit. And when you see transportation problem, drone heavy load, I believe what that means is that it's a lot of work happening in these areas, and these drones, for their
Anomaly
number,
found.
the ratio of the number of workers versus the amount of work to be done is a heavy load. 2 anomalies have been found because an area was successfully scanned. I really do just, I enjoy how close you can come in and the views you can get. These drones are a little bit taller than a person, I believe, so that gives you a sense of scale. Okay, transporters at work. Looks like our extractor has come up. I don't want him working at night, because he is set up to work just on the solar panel, so that he'll only have energy during the daytime. Alright, he's gonna get going. And another neat thing is that the ground actually lowers. And as he farms this area out and the resources are brought down further and further, this ditch that he's going over will get deeper and deeper. I think that's pretty neat. All right, let's land our pods. There we go. All right, so we can unlock that, and we can also go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and put the solar panel. Whoops, wrong way. I get a little bit OCD about this. It's not required, but I try to get the lines going the same direction. You'll see what I'm talking about in a minute. Concrete depot can go, I would say, right there. All right, you're getting constructed. Okay, see this one? See that gold line right there? That's the line I'm talking about. I try to have them facing here. I might give up on it later on, because sometimes it is hard to see whenever you're actually placing them. Okay, so we've got our first concrete extractors
Research
up.
complete.
And drone swarm just completed. So that's a big deal. And what that means is that I can have 4 drone hubs sent to me. Remember, we get 5 of these pods, so this is the 3rd one that I'm having sent to me. Launch that. We can harvest these pods into metals. RC Explorer Auto. Oh, why? There we go. I was a little late on that. That's my bad. What next? Let's back this down to normal speed. So the mission goals that I'm talking about: scan an anomaly, launch a rocket from Mars, find water on Mars, construct a dome. First human on Mars is the one that we are most likely to fail. First Martian born, and produce food. So that's what we're aiming for. I need to get fuel refinery up now. And so let's hit pause, bring up the fuel refinery, and we'll put it right here, I think. It's close to the rocket. Okay, and let's get pipes coming off of that real quick, just as something to place my solar panels. Go with this here and here, and then something I'm a little confused about. I don't know if this produces dust or not. It doesn't seem to, but it has this hexagon thing around it, which normally means that it does. I do note that that hexagon is blue and not gray. But let me show you. Let me get this placed first. I want to make sure that if it does put dust out, that hexagon is what would indicate is its dust zone, and I don't want my solar panels in there. So we'll place it right here. If you click this, you get that you have this gray outline, and that's the dust zone. Another example would be the rare metals extractor. Now see, you have the blue and the gray. The blue has to be placed on a deposit in order for it to grab. So I think that's what this is indicating, because it's blue. Except that it doesn't apply because it doesn't pull anything from a deposit. It creates it itself. So the upshot being, I'm thrown off as to what I should do. So out of an abundance of caution, I just try to place it away from everything. I hope that makes sense to you guys. If anybody can enlighten me on that, it would be much appreciated. I tried real quick to look it up online. I didn't find anything immediately, so I didn't try too hard, but I did give it a kind of the old college effort. Let's see here. Fuel. We want a fuel depot, and we want to put that right here, I guess. Maybe out of just in case, I'll put it here, because maybe I want to connect all of these power grids eventually. I don't think so, but we'll see. Okay, so I have a sensor up, and what that is allowing me to do is, if we mouse over here, we're currently scanning this, and at the top you can see it's 57% done. But if you look down two rows, or I guess it's a total of 3 rows because you got the blank, but the sensor tower boost is giving it 147% scan strength, speed. So that's helping quite a lot. Okay, refinery's going up. And see what I mean by the gold and the azure blue? This I don't know if that's azure. It could be turquoise. Maybe this is azure. I would call this turquoise. But it looks real cool, in my opinion. Gold and turquoise. It looks really nice, and all of the constructions with this color layout are very nice looking. There's also a few others. I guess I'll show them off just so you guys know. I showed you the mods that I was using. But another one that I like is silver. Actually looks good. Has more of a gritty sort of industrial look to it. I think it ends up looking pretty nice as well. It's not nearly as fancy. It is more, like I said, industrial. But it's pretty good looking. It's what the rocket looks like. Black and gray looks pretty nice. If you're using like the Americans, USA, those style rockets look really nice with this silver and black motif. Copper is pretty nice looking. Kind of a burnished bronze. Actually, this ends up being, I like this more than the gold. But the thing I don't like is the lines here. I like white lines because this looks like they're suffering from dust. It throws me off. And they blend in with the ground really well. But whenever it comes to the highlight color over here with the white, I actually like it more than the gold. And lastly, the other one that I like quite a lot is Martian Snow. And that's just a really clean look. I think the decals end up looking outstanding on these. You can really see it in the vehicles. So it's a different kind of white. It's like a flat white. And I think it ends up looking really nice.
Milestone achieved.
But so far, my favorite overall has been gold. Just the rocket. It's not my favorite for the rocket, but it's not bad. Okay, anomaly analyzed, view message.
The on-site data validates our predictive models of the electrically charged dust devils.
Science is well aware of the causes of the massive Earth storms, monsoons and tornadoes, and yet we never cease to admire the primeval forces unleashed before our eyes. The same goes for Martian electrostatic dust storms. Our scientists already had a good working model on the behavior of these peculiar weather anomalies on the Red Planet. Now we can refine this model even further. With the current expedition complete, we can confirm their theory, yet I doubt anyone would ever cease to revere the massive dust storms. So we gained 2,000 research. Now I do want to explain, I should have said this in the intro video, but this is one of the things that I end up liking about this game, is you're also creating a new society. We're going to become Martians. We'll eventually separate from Earth completely, and we will discover new technologies and advance, and we're really forming a whole new society and civilization out here on our own planet. And it makes me think of The Expanse. Like, this would be like the prequel to The Expanse. And anybody who's watched The Expanse, you know there's this violent rift between Mars and Earth. They're enemies now. But obviously it didn't start out that way. We colonized Mars. We sent Earthers to plant the flag, so to speak, on the Red Planet, and that's what we're playing right here. That's how I like to think of it. You know, if you take the Expanse world and you know that's what you're moving towards, but this is the prequel, you know, and I think it gives it more life. Okay, so okay, we got solar panels up, so now we're making fuel. And you'll notice that we need right now 50 gallons, I guess. I don't know, whatever the measurement's going to be. It's going to be more than 50 gallons, but refueling a measurement, I guess. And eventually we'll be able to research something that drops that down to 30. So let's, in fact, we need to get stuff dialed up right now. Let's go decommission protocol. You usually don't want to be down with nothing in the slot, in the queue. Because if you get a discovery that gives you a whole bunch of research and you have, it'll throw it all at here, and whatever's left over is lost if you don't have anything queued up. I think I read that on the internet somewhere. So we're definitely going to take this live from Mars. More applicants will start to appear on Earth. PR research aimed at exposing the benefits and positive aspects of life as a colonist on Mars. And the low-G drive, rovers and drones move 20% faster, an engine design optimized for low-gravity environments. And then you got decommission protocol, allows the clearing of salvaged and destroyed buildings. We have reached the point where we must do away with old buildings on Mars to make way for new ones. And then right now, I've already read subsurface heating. So we will close. Actually, following my own advice, I think I want to throw up low-G fungi, but we might replace it. All fungi, am I saying that right? Is it fungi or fungi? I think it's fungi. All fungi are edible. Some fungi are only edible once. Oh my gosh. An outdome building that produces food. So we'll throw that on there. Okay, so what am I going to do next? If I click this, it gives me the overview. I haven't really discovered anything else to give me a reason to come out here, and I usually try to wait for that. It's one of the reasons why we might not make that goal that I was talking about. Looks like China's actually ramping up on that right now. What is it? Find water on Mars. Okay. They're close to achieving that goal. So we've got to sit tight and bide our time. Even though I know exactly where I want to go, I want to, for this recorded series, I want to try and not exploit that. And then on top of that, I am going to have to terraform a little bit out there, and that slows me down also. So That's why we're kind of up against... the deck is stacked against us a little bit when it comes to meeting all these goals. Most people will set down like a little trial dome right here and just get colonists in there as soon as possible. I like to wait until I find where I'm going to build my first, what I might call a bubble city. You know, my first little hub. So a lot of this is of my own doing. It's my play style that prevents me from accomplishing all of these goals. All right, let's go ahead and speed thing. We're playing at speed 1 right now. Let's jump
Sector
up to
scanned.
speed 3. Oh, hold on. We just got J2 scanned. What did that reveal? Okay, so J2, because we have this area right here, Vista improves the comfort of all residences within the radius of a dome. Effects, comfort boost of 10. So I know now, at this point in time, this is where I want to build. So let's land this pod. And let's grab our RC commander, and we'll come out to here. And I already know I want to flatten the entire area, like a large chunk of area. I'm going to start... I want to start right here. Down. And across. To, I think, there. Try and make it a perfect square, or whatever shape this would be considered. A rectangle, I suppose. There we go. So, are we inbound? Yep, our guy's on his way. Look how beat up he looks. These things, they collect all this dust over time. I think that's pretty cool, too. Alright, let's get on out there. It's going to take us a little while to clear this area, but we'll be able to put a dome down. And I have a kind of a 5 dome setup that I go for. It's a tight squeeze on this
Research
map,
complete.
so I'm not sure how it's going to go. Okay, anomaly analyzed, and we gained 1,000 research, so... Alright, so we got through 1 and then most of the way through decommission protocol. Let's throw adapted probes up. Probes are cheaper and can deep scan. The universe is under no obligation to make sense to you. Okay. Close.
Resources are low.
And you can see up here under our research, we're still getting the benefit of that money that we paid up front for outsourcing research. And if I click this, we're 64% through clearing the site. It's telling us we're low on water and electricity because it's nighttime, and I don't have anything set up, any capacitors to store energy. And so everything shuts down at nighttime. In fact, let me set this to not work at nighttime. Yeah. Okay, we can salvage this. Okay, we just flattened this area. So the very next thing that I want to do is I want to flatten more up here. Okay, right there. Bring that all the way up. Out to, I think, right about here. Looks like. Okay. And You know what? There's supposed to be a rare metals out here. I guess this is going to reveal that, and it's almost done. No, it's not. I'm sorry. 79%. It'll be done soon.
Research complete.
Decommission protocol is done. So let's just work on this until that next area is revealed. And then I believe that's going to show me the rare metal.
Milestone achieved.
Okay, we just got the milestone for find water, so I think that means we beat China to it. Yes, we did. Okay. And we get research for that. For getting these goals, we're awarded research. So that's quite nice. Here is our rare metals deposit right here. So what I want to do, well, before I place this dome, I really want this to be done. Here's the water that I found. It's an average deposit. Let's hit pause. I need more concrete extractors. How am I going to do this? Let's see. Do I want you there? Maybe like I could do that. And I suppose that. They overlap each other a little bit, and that's okay. The thing is, I'll just set it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not sure if later on the way I place my drone hubs, if this will be out of that range. But we'll deal with that when we get to it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. And then put a solar panel and a solar panel and a concrete hub on this side and one on this side, and then another extractor right here. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we're good to go there. I need to give it a depot also. Concrete depot. This one will go on this side. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this large dumping ground and I think maybe put it right here. It's a little bit of a gamble because it's an unexplored sector, so if there's metals or anything there, you're going to be putting this right on top of it and you'll lose them. But I'm willing to take the risk. I need something that's kind of centrally placed between all of these concrete extractors. So I'm going to say right there. And then our rare metals factory, that Brazil, it's unique to Brazil. I'll put him right there with, he's going to need 2 of these large solar panels. Okay, so he'll operate during the daytime. He's out of range of any of this dust. And then we want to set this to a desired amount of 285. And I believe, I've never tried this before, guys, but I believe I will put a small dumping site maybe at each of these locations. Something shared between the 2 of them. Let's try right there. And I'll keep them at 0 here. Desired amount is 0. And then hopefully what that means is that the drones will carry everything from there over to here. But it helps prevent these things from getting overloaded and bogged down so that they don't work because they're full of waste rock. But I've never done it before. I've always had... Well, I started out... I normally have a large site next to these things, but with Brazil, you get this little guy, so I like to have... I don't want to have one of these at every one of these places. I like to have it centralized. So we'll see how that works out. I might end up putting a second one of these here. It depends on how fast this loads up. All right, we're 70% through clearing the site. We're getting towards the end of day 3. Okay, we just got rid of the extra rock there. These blue highlights are the rock that they're having to remove. Oh, heirloom. You have received a strange package with a letter attached. As you read the letter, your eyes fill with tears. It informs you that your old friend and teacher, Professor Richtman, has just passed away. You often accompanied him on his trips and expeditions and discussed many aspects of science and philosophy together. The strong box contains his legacy, protected by a 3-letter password and a short message in his handwriting. You'll know. So we can either take the toy, TOY, which reveals the super fungus breakthrough tech, or PAC pack, reveals superior cables and superior pipes breakthrough techs. PAX reveals plasma rocket breakthrough tech, or JFD, reveals nano refinement breakthrough tech. I like the superior cables and superior pipes. I think that's a great thing to have early on. The gears unlock with a mechanical click. You know what you would find inside, and yet you're grateful for this last gesture of love and goodwill. Prototype autonomous convectors was the last thing that kept the professor awake late at night. PAC, prototype autonomous convectors. He was working on the project in complete secrecy, and you doubt that anyone else other than you, and some others knew about it. And there it is, the complete theory ready to be applied in practice in front of you, alongside his precious mascot, an old crystal ashtray. Effect, the breakthrough tech superior pipes and superior cables have been revealed. Okay, let's bring up research. Let's remove adapted probes. And we will add these two. Instant and free power cable construction. Power cables do not suffer from power faults. A hydrogel of high conductivity and electrical self-healing properties without any external stimuli and of great strength and flexibility has been developed based on nanostructured conductive polymers. And superior pipes, instant and free pipe construction. Pipes don't suffer from leaks. A pressure-induced self-healing coating with remarkable insulation properties has been developed and field tested to be used en masse in our pipe system, on our pipe system. All right. Now they're going to take an awful lot of research, but it's worth it. All right, you can actually see the ground being leveled here. Landscaping progress, 99% on clearing the site.
Anomaly found.
Oh, hold on.
We've just found Beagle 2. Or at least what's left of it.
Over the years, over 2/3 of the missions sent to Mars ended in disaster. The tragic course of events attributed to bad luck, human error, or simply to the inevitability of shooting blind in the dark had created a dark humor revolving around the great galactic ghoul which feeds on exploration probes and the mystery of the Martian Triangle. One of the best equipped probe missions to Mars was Beagle 2, which failed dramatically in the last minutes before landing. Failed by the parachutes in the treacherous Martian atmosphere, the brave little probe crashed at fatally high speed against the red desert. Effect, reduces the cost of robotics techs by 10%. Yeah. All right, unpause. 99% done here.
Research complete.
And now it is delivering waste rock to fill this hole. I don't know what they're waiting on now. It's 95% complete. There they go. All right, so sometimes that's how it works. It just kind of pops into place, but a lot of times you actually see the land being leveled, which I think is pretty cool. Okay, so this is not exactly ideal because I like to have daylight, but it's time sensitive and we're on Sol 4, so I'm gonna try and place the domes, but this can be a little bit tricky and it might take me some trial and error. So I think instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause you and I'm gonna try and get this dome placement, and then I'll bring you back and I'll back brief you and show you how these domes slot together. So stand by and I'll be right back. All right, guys. This 5 dome configuration that I'm talking to you guys about, that I've been telling you about, it's very new for me. I used to work with like more of a 3 dome that then grew to a 4. All of this stuff, like, I'm organically learning, and I've been doing this over the past month or so. This is the game I've been playing offline, just to kind of relax. Anyway, the point being, it's a tight squeeze here, and normally I would be taking up this area, which is why I cleared all of this. I'm not sure what that ditch is doing there. I must have missed that. But in this case, we actually want to move down this way. And so that means I need to flatten this stuff here, but I don't have to do that right off the bat. What I do have to do, though, is I've got to get the placement of this dome spot on. This is like the cornerstone of this entire project. Where this gets placed determines the placement of everything else. And I want it to be close enough to this to be able to have this rare metal building extractor operate within its boundaries. And currently I'm too far out. This will not count. It's not enough. I have to come in a little bit. Additionally, just because I want it to look good, I want this to be a straight line when possible. And it is possible here. I just need to move my dome in 1 hex. 1 hex. I think we'll do it. So we're gonna get rid of that. We're gonna grab the basic dome again. Again, rotate it to where the one of the water connection areas is available for right here, and place it like this is where I was. If I move in 1, I think that's gonna be, I'm like 99% sure that it will pick up my rare metals extractor there. Now, my rare metals extractor can't come any further down. Its little blue hexagon, the last remaining, the piece that reaches out the furthest, this section, this location on the blue interior fits right over that. I don't have anywhere else I can move it to get it closer. So if this isn't enough, it just ain't gonna work, but I'm almost positive it is. Okay, so we're going to finish the pipes to right there. We're also going to bring them out to here. And then we'll go ahead and add electrical lines also. There we go. Okay, now, from this point, because I am trying to reach these, that's the wrong one, these goals before my rivals hit them, we should just focus on getting this dome up and going. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place one of my drone hubs, and he's going to go like right, I think here. Oh, blocking objects. Oh, dadgummit. Okay, so it's always something, man. It is funny how, like, I will place things. It's random. I don't know where I'm going to go in the future, but on multiple maps, when it comes to placing these drone hubs, something just always is in the way. Either that or like the hubs, the depot hubs where I want all the goods gathered. Something's always in the way, and I'm just like, gosh, it's almost like, you know, either it's terrain or it's the way that I placed my stuff, which also has to do with terrain. And it's almost like they did that to me on purpose. Yeah, that's what it feels like, because of the consistency with which that problem pops up. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to move this to right here, right there, and give him his 2 solar panels that he needs. Oh man, again, nighttime, it's a little hard to tell which one is gold. That, I think that's the way it goes. Which one of these are different? God, they look all the same. In daytime, it's pretty easy to tell. At nighttime, okay, I'm looking at that tab that could slide down. I think this is the right way to go. I've never really noticed that before. So that's a telltale sign. That really helps. Okay. All right, so again, here's our thing, and I think right here was where I was going to place my first drone hub. So that'll cover out to this point right here. Now, the next drone hub, I don't know if I can bring him up. Yeah, see, uneven terrain. I think I was going to put him here, though. And if I can put him here, it'll work. Maybe bring him in one more. Like that. That's not quite centered. Would be like this, I think, would be centered. Does it have to be perfect? I'm a little bit silly like this. Let's go with this position right here. Okay. You know, that's going to give me problems when it comes to flattening this area out. Let's not put him up yet. I'm already dealing with very little space to be able to get this all flattened out successfully, so let's not put him up just yet. We are going to put you on pause. We're going to put you on pause. You're already on pause, so that's good. Your green light go. So where's my RC commander? Right there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my transport and I'm going to have him start a continuous transport path of concrete from this area over to this area. At the same time, I'm going to order 2 large resupply shuttles, 50 polymers. See, I told you, this is a pretty fantastic start with Brazil. It's nice. And give me 50 machine parts also. Okay, that puts me at 3.3 bill. Let's get to work. We'll put it at the medium speed. I find this speed to be very fun to watch. It's a little dark at nighttime, so it's hard to see. But we're just waiting on parts. Here comes the sun. Oh, see, they're going to get their own metal. That's good. Let's move him out a little bit so that they can farm that metal for sure. All right, now he's bringing the concrete in.
Sector scanned.
This drone hub is now up. And they should be able to put all of these into operation. So we'll be making plenty of concrete. You can see the waste rock piling up here. Alright, how are we looking over here? We've got some more to grab from this guy. And then, of course, these haven't even gotten up and running yet. We're on, we're in the last half of day 4. The shuttles are almost here. Pods. We're going to need polymers. Well, we need everything. There we go. Polymers are within range, so they kind of wig out whenever stuff comes down near them, so it takes them a minute to kind of re-identify who they're with. I don't know if there's like a ESD charge or something maybe that throws them like they need power.
Research complete.
How are we doing on that research? Let's throw this up there. We're going to definitely want that. And I'll throw, well, let's read it. Rocket cargo space increased by 10,000 kilograms. The fuel section is by far the largest and when full, the heaviest part of any rocket. This makes developing more compressed fuels especially important when striving to bring more to Mars with fewer rockets. And then transport optimization. The remote control transport harvests resources faster and its max storage is increased by 15. The remote location of some resource deposits calls for transport rover optimizations. All right. All right, what are we waiting on? Metal and polymers. Well, I've got metal right there. Oh, I'm paused. Okay, my bad. Okay, and here's the polymers. So I think we have enough metal on hand. Yeah, we just need 3 more. We need 5 more polymers. We definitely have enough of that. So we're bottlenecked at concrete. And he's picking that up now. Are you not gonna... Hey bro, you need to go right there. That's where your primary source is. Give me all that concrete. And give me that one too, I guess. Okay, I had to manually control them. Let's drop it off right there. In the meantime, I want to bring my RC commander over here to help out with this construction. So we've got 1 up. We still need this solar panel up. Actually, we have 2 up. Oh, there's the timer. Okay, so they're helping. This rover's drones are helping to harvest this metal to build these items here. And I think he needs to get back over here now. Did your part. Concrete's up. I freed these guys up to finish those projects. Alright, halfway there. Sol 5, halfway through Sol 5 also. Not gonna have enough.
Sector scanned.
And we're still producing it over here, so maybe between all of them I'll have enough to finish off this dome. Let's go ahead and dump what resources you got on you. Where are we at? We're at 64. Alright, auto gather off. And we'll just manually go and pick up what we can. I need, what, 15 more? That's 1, 2,
Research
3, 4,
complete.
5. I can't tell how many are in here. Oh, but we can watch here. 5 of 30 research is complete. I'm at 11. Should divert over to here. That should do it right there. 17, okay. Bring that stuff over here. I like their little Tai Chi movements.
Resources are low. Milestone achieved.
Okay, so we got the next milestone. We're sweeping our rivals so far. We just picked up a constructed dome. Okay, now let's put him onto, well, I need him to bring more concrete because we're going to be building housing and stuff. And gather from here. But that'll be in the next episode. Let's put it on slow play, like the regular speed, because I want to show you if the daylight will come up just to end this episode. Whoops. I like to get down to this level because it's like the level that a human would be at. Zoomed way in like this, and you can get a sense of scale. Look at how, I mean, these people work. These are buildings for the people, and everybody walks in there like a team would walk in there and operate this thing. Now it doesn't need people; it operates autonomously, but this gets you an idea of what this place would look like if you were on the ground and part of this colony. And the size of the structures, and then watching the Martian sky change. I love that. We should see that come to life here in just a minute. We'll see the, actually right here's the solar panel, and we'll see that pop up. Yeah, there it goes. And I love how they track with the sun. They'll track all day long. They turn as the sun rotates along its path, along its arc. It doesn't look so big from here, but once you get up on it, it's enormous. Look at how tall the fuel building is. This is like a water tower in a village. You know, the people aren't even maybe much taller than the little hub that it sits on. I think maybe they come to here. They're like this tall. I think they would fit inside these drums. Here's all the waste rock. This is our little OP rare minerals factory, refinery. So I thought this would be a nice way to end the episode. We're up over an hour already. There's our moisture vaporator, and our fuel refinery is taking that water. And I don't know what, I'd have to look up what the chemical composition is of fuel, but this refinery injects whatever other compounds you would need. It mixes it with the water, and then it produces fuel for us. So look at the solar farm here. These things are enormous. It looks even more cool, in my opinion, when we get our domes up and you can go into the domes and see people eating dinner. And then behind them, you'll see like one of the solar, the windmills that we have. And they're enormous, you know, compared to the people. And just imagining yourself in that environment, you know, who doesn't? I mean, if you're into sci-fi at all, and I can't imagine you're watching this game and you're not into sci-fi, imagining yourself in the future with things like this, you don't typically think of how disastrous stuff could go. You know, you're normally thinking of how man has conquered space, and this is now another environment that we can operate in like we do the ocean. At least that's how it is for me. I don't normally think of how everything can fall apart so instantly. But, I just got done watching The Martian again with, gosh, what's his name? Matt Damon. And when, you know, when they were telling him that he had to rip the top off of his escape pod and replace it with a canvas, and he's like, what? No, don't worry. The Martian atmosphere is thin enough; it won't be a problem. You know, and it just, those things are true, and it reminds you of just, you know, how much separates you from the cold vacuum of space. And all the sci-fi stuff I've seen, it's not much. These ships are very thin. You know, so anyway, I am not one who is normally thinking of how disaster can strike. I guess I do more the space romance thing, right? I don't mean romance like romance novels. I mean romance like the romantic era, you know, stuff like that. But, oh yeah, there's a good shot of the rocket. Look at that. Oh, that's cool. Look how big our icon is, man. So anyway, I don't know if you guys are into that. Probably most of the people watching this have played this game a ton, and maybe the pace I'm taking it really annoys you. I'm sorry, you know, but I'm hoping that there are other people out there that this is enjoyable for them and it's relaxing, and maybe you can even just kick off and go to sleep and take an afternoon nap as you let this video play in the background. I know that was something that helped me at a time that I was really stressed out. I didn't know I was as stressed as I was, but I found a YouTuber that I could just watch him play a game for a while, and the pace of the game and the calmness of his voice and how he narrated and stuff allowed me to relax enough that I could fall asleep. You know, and I would wake up and be on like video number 183 of his series or something like that. And because it had just been playing the entire time that I'd fallen asleep. But the big deal was that I was able to fall asleep, you know, so if this can do the same for anybody else out there, I'd feel really good about that. But anyway, guys, I guess we'll wrap it up right there. Again, I'm Aesop Grim. Thank you for coming by the channel. I hope you like what you saw. I hope all is well in your neck of the woods, and I'll see you in the next episode where this story continues.